Well, I'm known as the grumpy blogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
Hello, everyone. How you doing, folks? Yeah, y'all ready to party? Well, I'm too old to party, but we're going to have a show tonight anyways. I'm having some technical issues on my side, but I seem to be able to hear everybody, or I could hear everything like it's supposed to, except I couldn't hear it in my vMix. So who knows? They just did an update, and like an idiot, I updated. So, hey, here we go. So let me bring in my number one co-host, and hopefully some other people join the party. And here we go, none other than Mr. Art Carlson. Hey, Art.
Yeah. It's great to be
Yeah.
here. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been well, crap. Hang on a second. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. All right. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't hear any of my vMix in my headset, so I don't know what I did. And
Oh my.
yeah, maybe it's I'll put in this other headset and
There
I'll
you
hear you in
go.
stereo. So
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that about the updates because I didn't do it, and while you said that, I looked over there and I go, "Oh yeah, there is an update." So I'll be doing
there's an
that
update
after the show.
after the show, which is what I should do. One of my headsets isn't acting right, but fortunately I still got this one. If I have to, I can plug in, but I don't know what happened. So what I did is I just shut the case
Oh,
and it'll let that one charge and hopefully disconnect that one and make this one continue to work. So
there
we'll
you
see.
go.
So did you get you? Yeah, I did. No, I got my nap today, Hot Rod. Hey, let me go through and start saying hi to everybody. Jody, Mr. Drone Shots first in there. Actually, I think Trevor was actually there earlier, but it's been a while, so it's he was in before the show started. So, anyways, Jim Beauchart, welcome. That guy is his videos, the weekly Beauchart. I mean, what can you say, Art? I mean,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they're
And I just subscribed to his channel today.
yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to see something funny, and Jim, feel free to put a link into your other channel. But anyway, so welcome to the show, Jim. And let's see, Jeff Ellenberger, how you doing there? My mate Grant Smith, thank you, Grant, and I want to thank everybody for all the birthday wishes I got on Facebook today. And let's see who else we got. We got you, Art. You're in here, and thank you for your birthday wishes earlier. Hot Rod in Daytona, glad to see you. And Billy Tompkins, welcome. And Drone Life RC. All right, so hey, I think we got everybody. I didn't. When my sound didn't start and I'm sitting there panicking, I forgot to share this out on Facebook. But anyways, so yeah, it's been a quiet day. I'm another year older. I don't feel any different than I did yesterday. And to be honest with
Hey,
you,
you're alive at 65.
that's right. And that's the whole thing. In my head, I wrote. I have an uncle that is still alive, and he wished me a happy birthday today. I said, it's hard to believe that I'm this age. In my mind, I'm still thinking like I was at 25, but my body feels like it's 95. It takes me all night to do what I used to be able to do all night, I think I said that right. I don't know if I said that right or not. You know what I mean. Anyways, yeah. So, but yeah, it's been a quiet day. I watched a little Canadian Drone Hub. Hello, Jim Wallace. I heard from Jim Wallace today.
Good to see you.
He said he was going to try and be on he was going to try and watch the show tonight, and I'm glad to see he's coming back into the community and checking on people. Thank you, Steve Mack. Steve Mack was one of the. I think he wished me a happy birthday early on. I had a lot of people. I got, on your birthday, you got on Facebook, you hear from people, right? You know, like, okay, all right. But there's one person that I'm always so pleased. I call her Mrs. White. Her name is Verlene White, but I call her Mrs. White because that's who she always was to me. She she lived in we lived in Westminster there in Denver, and over in the sort of the Pearl Mac subdivision, that area there, over between 76th and in Pearl Mac, I think, Pearl Mac Boulevard, or not from Zuni to Pearl Mac, okay, just off of 76. Well, they lived right behind us on Zuni. And for those of you that are not from Denver, it's called Zuni, but everybody in Denver calls it Zuni.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but it's Zuni, and so
that's over in the old part of town.
The old part of town, yeah, and which is funny you say at the old part of town. That was actually one of the new. We moved in when it was a brand new subdivision. I mean, those houses were brand new. Mom and Dad had to wait for them to finish the house out before they could move in. You know, and they didn't have any grass. I remember Dad laying the sod, you know, for the front yard and stuff, and you know, but we had a gravel driveway at the time. I remember he and the neighbors laying the cement driveway, and that house is still there, by the way. And it doesn't look a whole lot different than it did. It looks a lot smaller now, but that's because, you know, I was still young when I was almost 15, but it just, to me, that was a huge house. And now it's like, yeah, it's a small house. But anyways, the
we used
Whites
to call those cracker pots.
Yeah, but you know what was funny about those? Now, I lived in some cracker box houses over there in Grand Junction, and those were they framed them, and you know they had hardboard siding on the outside, and they framed them, and then you bought the house and finished the inside. They were pre-wired, you know, and then you did all the finish work. When we moved from Denver to Grand Junction, my folks actually hired somebody to finish the inside of the house.
Oh, cool.
And but anyways, those houses over there in that part of Denver or in Westminster, there were like 7 show homes, and so not every house was identical, but they had basic exterior design, but they had little individual things, either interior or, you know, but they were basically cracker box houses, but they were made out of brick, so they were good cracker box houses. And
I remember. And that was before. Was Stanley Lake part of Westminster? I don't think it's got that far yet.
No, I don't think so.
Because
it did.
It's a big
wasn't.
town now.
Yeah. And
because it goes from North Glen over to Stanley Lake, and it goes to about 136 down to 72nd. That's how.
So North Glen is part of Westminster now?
No, it's a separate town.
Oh, okay. But it goes as far as that's sort of where,
North Glen and Thornton.
The Whites had moved in behind us, and he was Don White Jr. Actually, he was a year younger than us. His father was an Episcopal minister, and that was the sanctuary for the Episcopal Church there. And Mrs. White is still alive, and she wished me and they moved there when he was a year younger than me, when he was 3 years old. So I remember he spent the night the first time at my house.
There
let
we
me
go.
catch this. Yeah, let me catch this real quick. And it's my son. So hello. Hey. Well, thank you. Art, I'm going to put you on full screen and let you take the show for a minute.
Alrighty then.
No, that's okay. Just
mute yourself, Lloyd.
Yeah, I'm going to.
All right, I wanted to show you guys my new toy. Just came in today. It's a little tiny whoop. It's a custom made, and it's made with a B-Core V2 main bus with a what is that? Runcam nano camera on it. So because of Metro drones, this cost me $30. Yeah. So I got that. So I'm gonna go bind it with my FR Sky Tyrannoskew at 7, and it took me a while to figure out where the bind button was, and thank God for the internet. So I was able to find that. So all I have to do is copy one of the models I have, probably the Tiny Hawk, copy that, and just change the name and bind it to this little bad boy. And this is more for flying indoors. Those are brushed motors, so not a bad deal. And this was a printed housing for the camera, so yeah, not bad. And that'll go good with my brand new Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle that I got on Friday, and I got to fly it yesterday, and it flies great. So, oh, thank you, Jim. Yeah, I've had it. It'll be a year in Thanksgiving that I've had this. I mean, it's a lot shorter than, but yeah, Chris, Sunrise Water Media. Luckily, I'm not from Southeast Asia. I'd have a hell of a time trying to say that. But with my Tiny Hawk 2, I crashed a bunch of times, and it's having some issues with the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. Only crashed it a couple times when I first trying to get the feel for how it flies, because it's a beefier drone than the Tiny Hawk 2. It doesn't have ducts on it, so like this one has ducts on it, and so does the Tiny Hawk 2. But it flies really good. Next time I fly it, I will put it in Horizon or Acro and do some tricks with it. So yesterday was just to get the feel for how it flies, and I got a video for it coming up tomorrow afternoon at it will be 3:30 Pacific, 4:30 Mountain, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. So that will be my premiere. Those of you who are subscribers to my channel, you should have gotten a notification for that. If not, probably tomorrow when I get home from work, I will start blast sending it out on Facebook and email, so folks could go check it out. But everybody loved my my FPV mod that I did on my RC car that I have. It's called a twist, and because you flip a button and it'll raise up, and then you can flatten it out. So what I did is I took an old tiny whoop that I had that was busted, but the camera still worked. So what I did was I took off the front two motors and the guards, and I connected it on top of the vehicle, holding it down with a rubber band, and got some video from it. So I think what it needs a little bit of cushion underneath, and maybe if I got like a a Velcro wrap to hold it down. It'll be more secure, and maybe it won't have all that interference. I think I was getting interference from the motor on the vehicle. Hey, Matt, good to see you. Saw you on the other show earlier. Good to see you. So that's what's going on, and got to try out the camera that I got a couple months ago when, if you guys remember, we had a hostage situation in the apartment building behind us, and a couple weeks after that, well, that guy was evicted and his stuff was out in the parking lot. So I grabbed a small plastic tub that had a bunch of electronics, and this was in it. Took a few pictures with it. It's not bad. It's 14 megapixels. What else? Oh, I found a laptop hard drive in there. 320 gig hard drive. So I have that in an enclosure over here. One of these days, when I've got several computers, and what I'll do is I'll do an upgrade, and I'll take all the laptop hard drives and stick them in there, and I'll probably put Linux on it, and that's really easy to set up, and so whoever gets it down the road will get a nice little computer.
Okay, I'm
welcome
back.
Hey, Lloyd, I got something for you, so stand back.
Oh, okay. You want me to put you on full screen?
Sure. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lloyd. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Art. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, at least I didn't say happy birthday. No. I didn't do that, so
yeah,
that would have been over the top. That'd
yeah.
be more Jim Beauchart style there.
That would, yeah, yeah. Well, that was my youngest son, and he had forgot to call me earlier, and so that was okay.
Nope.
And let me move some things around here.
Alrighty.
There we go. So yeah, that
While
was
you
my
were
youngest
gone,
son.
I was talking about my new little drone that I got in the mail today.
I was listening in to that. I was hearing that. That is an awesome little drone. So
yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun to fly.
Well, you seem to be a real hit with the happy birthday. Let's see. Let me read some of these great comments here. What was it? Something about the cat. The cat just shit itself. The mirror just cracked.
Yeah, Jim Beauchart says stop.
Yeah. Anyways, and welcome to. Let's see. We got Maddie's Drone World has dropped in, and Mike Beath.
Brad Alston.
Brad Alston, yes, Brad, thank you.
I think I saw Steve.
Steve Carpenter's in here, and let's see who else.
Grant Ariels,
Chris,
Gary.
Grant. Wow, I've got a good crowd tonight, man.
Yeah, you do.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So.
Oh, Drone Rob. Hello.
Oh, yeah, Drone Rob. this was something to tune into. I'm just right. It's just the right time. Of course, Steve Mack. Steve Mack. He was one of my first sponsors. And I always am so glad to see him. And I know there's uh uh there's so many other channels they could watch, and probably a lot more entertaining. So, wow, we got 21 already. That is awesome. So,
Yeah.
that's good. So, well, I'd send out invitations to a few people. Yeah, and thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. And I was trying to make a long story short, which I completely ruined that. And you guys, but Mrs. White is, like I said, she's one of the ladies that the night my sister passed away in 1968, in June of '68, and I'm the one who found her. She was 20, and
no.
so the folks were dealing with all that, and I went after they came, after they came and got my sister. They took me over to my aunt and uncle's house, and I spent the evening there, and then we came home. And the folks said, why don't you go spend the night? And so the first night I spent was over at the White's house. All I had to do was just jump. It's just a short chain link fence. I just jump over and I was in their yard, And we did that all the time. And so we, I spent the night over there. Well, the next morning I got up and they had one of those big console stereo record players that sort of looked like a coffin, one of them big wood shaped long things. You could bury us, you could bury Kai in one of those things. They were so big, and you know how tall he is.
It's got the 12-inch speakers on them.
Yeah. And that's what they had. They had that there, and she turned on the radio that morning, and that's when they announced that Robert Kennedy had been shot.
Ooh.
So he was shot, and he died the day after my sister did. So I always know when he died, and and that was the first time. And so she kind of, of course, I was old enough. I knew who Robert Kennedy was in '68, and I was kind of a fan of his. I didn't really have my conservatism settled yet. I was a kid. I was still a young man, but. So anyways, I went over and we had to go have some paperwork signed because for my happy birthday, Lloyd, and your twin brother, Lloyd. I saw 2 Lloyd's birthdays on. One. I don't know why. I think one of them is for the Grumpy Vlogger and one is for me. I don't know why it's listed. The page is listed twice because I get people always wanting to add to the friends list. I'm thinking, well, hell, they're already on my friends list, so I have to go back. But I think what happens when I first set up that Grumpy Vlogger page, it's set up as a separate identity. So, but yeah. But anyways, that's what I did. And so I have a fond remembrance of her because she was there during a time that she helped me deal with that stuff, and she was a minister's wife. She was a vicar's wife. That's what she was supposed to do.
Now, were they from Oklahoma as well?
No. This was in Denver. This was in Grand Junction.
No, I mean, were they originally from Oklahoma?
No,
they were okay.
No,
because my sister married a white, and they were from Pauls Valley, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And they settled here in Colorado back in the long time ago.
Well, now these I know his grandparents lived. Oh, I can't remember where they live now, but up on, is it the White River? I think it's the White River. They had a place up on the White River that they used to go to every summer, and I think that's how long they'd been in Colorado, long enough that they were from the original whites that named the damn river, So, but just they were really nice people. And he passed away. He died of cancer years ago. Reverend White did, but his son.
White, not right.
Yeah. White, right? Yeah, correct. Now you got me doing it. Okay. Anyways, he had Reverend White had passed away, and oh, I just got that joke. That just shows you that just shows you what a year has done to me. I just got the joke. Oh my God. Yeah, good one, Art. It's like right over my head, you know. A different, yeah, Reverend White, not Reverend Wright. Yeah, okay, I get it. Jeez. Oh, I'm slow on the uptake tonight, but yeah. But anyway, so that was something from my childhood, and it's so nice to see her.
Sending you some wishes.
Yeah, it was it was nice to see her as sending us wishes and know that she's. And there's a couple of those ladies. There's one couple that of course some of the kids and I are all the same age, and their mother's still alive. Of course, my parents died. My dad died in '96, my mom in '99. But my parents were also a lot older. Right. I was 43. I was 43 when my dad had me. And I asked him when I turned 40. I said, "God, Dad, what were you thinking?" 43 years old.
My dad was let's see, 40.
Well, my son.
My mom
was
first 30.
Marriage. Well, my mom was 35 and my dad was 43, and so I grew up with older parents. Of course, my mother, like me, she grayed early, so she always, she had white hair at 35. She's always had white hair as long as I could remember. But I do want to show you one of my birthday gifts, and so I'm just going to bring him in, and this is what Judy, got me for my birthday, but it wasn't just the ventriloquist dummy. She actually got me a tuxedo. I mean, this guy's got a full tuxedo. He's dressed better than I am.
Wow.
So yeah, and so it's got it's not just it's an actual tuxedo it's a T2 tuxedo. So it's got the silk vest, and it's like, I don't even have a dress suit this good. Yeah, you don't deserve it either. Yeah, you're right. I don't. I would never wear something like that. So why the hell I got all hurt? Because you're the dummy. Yeah, shit. Anyways, that's the end of my ventriloquism. I don't want to scare off the rest of my crowd. Don't I get to sing
better, Lloyd?
Don't I get to sing Happy Birthday? No, Art was enough. You sure?
Yeah,
yes, I'm sure. Happy birthday to you. Shut up. Anyways. And that was a puppet section of it. No, I mean that is a nice tuxedo, and they're not that expensive. Of course, buy one for me. Believe it or not, that is an Italian-made tuxedo.
Oh boy.
Well, it's an Italian. You got scary. I brought him on Greg's show the other night when Ken Herron was in, but Ken Herron, I think, bailed just before I brought him on.
Oh.
Ken's had that thing about that doll and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And that creepy doll. I thought, well, and he'd written up there, and I wrote up there. I said, hey, my wife has hundreds, if not thousands of dolls in this house. And we probably got, I know we got 60 or 70 just in our bedroom, Most of them are in boxes, though. That's a good thing. Yeah. And that's not counting my puppets and my ventriloquist dummy. So he said I lived in a house of horrors, It is what it is. Yeah. I don't mind it. She lets me get my junk. I let her get hers. So
that's what she said.
If anybody is possibly tired of these jokes, especially like Steve Carpenter or any of those, I don't think Chris Hope is in here, but anybody like that, you can come in and save the show, or at least try. Yeah. Oh, I like that, Jim. That's funny. That's let me put that. Where's the chat? Yeah. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah. It was horrors. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and that. Speaking of that, Judy and her cousin went to. They were young, and they went to one of the fairs there, and they had a scare house, at it. And poor Danny, rest his soul, he got the snot smacked out of him because he wanted to go see the House of Horrors, but his mother thought he said the House of Horrors. And she says, "What?" and just laid into him. And it's like, yeah, okay. And I can see where, especially when you get this Oklahoma accent, because you kind of, oh, you're still at work? Okay, Steve. Well, that's all right. Well, we can make it work. I sent one to Ron Lockwood, but he's probably out doing the hunting thing right now.
Yeah.
So, because I remember now. So, well, it's just you and me, Art. So we're going to have to make do with what we.
One time I was in Vegas, and boy, was I disappointed when I saw the sign that says, "You must be this tall to ride the hookers."
I know. Isn't that disappointing?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways. By the way, my lovely wife is watching this show tonight. I put it on for her, and yeah, so she's going to hear all them jokes, Art, but that's okay. She's a grown up. She understands that humor. But hey, we've blown through. Of course, I spent 10 minutes talking to my son, which was a nice thing to do. But let's go ahead and do our cheap plug right now. Where is it? Sound effects. Shameless plug right here. Shameless plug. Let me put myself up on full screen real quick. Put that in solo. And here's a little advertisement. Helps keep the lights on. Judy, in case you didn't see this, Steve Mack says hello. And I can't hear any of the sound. Is the sound coming through?
Good.
Okay. All right. Oh. And you can find a link to We're All Grown Adults, Lloyd. Yeah, I guess so. You can find a link to the store in well, hello. Speaking of sons, there's my son Paco. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Apollo's Grace, that's my son. He's the writer of the Grumpy Vlogger theme song. He's the one who recorded it, and that's him singing on it. And as I said, you can find a link to the description. I don't know if you can hear me over the music, because I can't hear the music.
Yeah, you're up to dad hat.
Yeah, I can see it. I just can't hear it. I don't know what's going on with that. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Oh, there we go. The Grumpy Mask and the Budgie Smugglers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 stores, so check them both out. One's with Teespring, and the other one is, I can't remember now. Thank you, Bob Casey. And Robert Glazer, thank you.
That's funny, but Neil.
I've got to put that up there. All right. Let's come back. Did you see what Blind Neil just put up?
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. You're wearing, well, thank you, Jim. I appreciate the patronage. Yeah, the good news is let's see. The good news is, thanks to autonomous vehicles, teenage car fatalities are at record lows. The bad news is that teenage pregnancy is at record highs. Yep, that that would be a problem. So, thank you, Mike B. And so, yeah. Hey, let's talk a little drone news. I hear that.
Yes.
Was there a video put out or a picture put out, a better picture of the, I think it's the Mavic 3 that they're talking about?
Yes, I saw a few photos of it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
looks like it's got a beefier camera on it. I think it's got a infrared and a regular.
It also looked like the legs sort of came up like, I don't know. There's something
No,
about, somebody was asking, let's see if I can even
no,
find
it's more
anything.
like the Mavic Air,
Is it?
the Air 2 line. Yeah,
Oh, the Air 2?
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything. People are putting up that they got a release date. I don't know. Let's see, rumors. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
let
coming out
me.
in November, I believe.
Yeah, let's see. Let me
Yeah,
just.
there was a show previous to this that they
Right,
were
right.
talking about it,
Yeah, it's supposed to have
giving
two
the
cameras.
spec. Yeah,
Let me do this. Share screen. Let's do that. And we'll blow that up
there you
to.
go.
That's
Yeah, that's the old.
huh? Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? Okay, well let's not share then. I'll
Okay, there
stop
you
sharing.
go.
Okay, because what did I do?
I don't
I
know
thought that
what.
was. Let's see what Drone DJ has if they've got anything.
Gary
Yeah, they've
says it
got.
has a zoom camera and a wide angle with a 4 over
Yeah.
3 sensor.
Let me share this one. This looks more, but it says Mavic 6. I don't know if this is fake or not, but it looks good. Let's share it. Share screen. Let's do that one. Click share.
I don't.
How's that? Now
Yeah,
that
that's what it
looks.
looks like.
Yeah, now this is from Drone DJ. That
Hmm.
looks pretty cool. Let's see, continue reading. Well, let's continue reading and see what else he's got.
And the
Is that the only
sensors are on the corner instead of on the
sensors?
sides
Oh
and
yeah,
front.
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, someone finally definitely broke his NDA. Yeah. Uh, is that it there also?
Yep.
Well, let's see. Why is I hate sharing on this particular screen because oh, there we go. There's some more leaks, and well, it looks pretty
Yeah.
beefy actually.
Yep.
That's cool looking. So there you go, folks. Drone DJ. They seem to always that's a new and let's see.
Oh, and it comes with the smart controller
Smart controller.
V2.
Yeah. The V2. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That is that's a pretty decent
Yeah.
picture right there. So,
Right.
yeah. Anyways, I had just seen something about that today, and I thought, well, I do have people that. Let's stop sharing here. Stop sharing. There we go. But yeah, I have. Drone DJ has the owner's manual. Okay, thank you, Gary. And who else have I missed in here? Trevor. Oh, you made it back. I see. And we got Bob Casey, Mike B, Chris Wedgeworth. I forgot to say hello to you. And all right. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to buy it. I don't fly
Yeah.
the drones I got now. I mean, I think my
Yeah.
batteries.
It's a little out of my price range. I heard it was $1,600. So that's a little
Is
pricey.
that with the smart controller or is that without?
You know what? I don't know. But Autel is coming out with 2 drones. The
Right.
Autel Nano, which is going to compete with the Mavic Mini,
Mavic
and
Mini.
the Autel Lite, which is going to compete with the Air
The
2.
Air 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were coming out with 3. Aren't they coming out with a Pro model too?
We that other show that I was watching before this said no. Uh,
Really?
as far
Okay.
as we know, don't
All right.
hold us. But
So
the
I've been
Nanos
hearing it.
come with 4 different colors.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
Yeah,
cool.
Autel
I had
orange,
been
Arctic white, uh, gray, and red.
okay. All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you want some of the latest drone news and you want to keep up with it, a good group to watch is right after this show is Drone Nation, and I don't want to forget them before time runs away with us. I'm sure they'll have some. I'm sure Drone Nation is going to have something about it. Will be 3 iterations. The basic Fly More and top of the line
Right,
has the smart controller. Is that?
right.
Oh, is that in
Mm-hmm.
the the Mavic 3?
Mavic
He's
3, and I believe
yeah.
there's going to be a smart controller for the Autel Lite.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, like Gary says, putting the ND filters on those dual cameras is going to be a pain. They're going to have
Oh,
to,
yeah, I bet.
makes you wonder if they're not already going to have their own ND filters when they sell it, say, with the Flymore pack. I mean,
Ooh.
that would be smart of them to do.
Mm.
Now, what are the 2 cameras?
Well, someone said one was telephoto and the other one's wide angle.
Wide angle, yeah. Well, and that's speaking of telephotos and wide angles. Uh, This, of course, is what else I got. That I got one for Judy and got one for me. And of course, I've showed this, I think, on your show, but this is the new iPhone 13. And I'm telling you, the battery life on this,
Mm.
unbelievable. I'm running video on it, and I've been watching, I keep Judy in the video, and I'm able to watch her. And I've been using this all day, haven't plugged it in the charger. I'm still at about 60% battery life left, and that's with running video on it almost all day. So
Right.
uh, it's definitely they definitely improved the battery from when my XR. Of course, my XR I got it right after it came out, so it's 4 years. It was probably 4 years old, I think, when the XR came out. Uh, and so
Oh, okay.
let's see.
Gary
And Drone
says,
DJ right
Drone
up
DJ says, comes with
comes with
filters
filters
on
on
the
the
fly
Fly
more.
More.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that's what I figured, because didn't they do that with the one of the drones when you bought the Flymore came with filters? Was that the Air 2?
I think it was the Air 2.
Yeah, I think the Air 2 did. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Gary, for putting that up there. I mean, guys, come on. I'm a vlogger, you guys, but
Mm.
you guys are all drone people. I try to keep a little bit up to date with it. I don't talk about drones a lot,
Mm.
I did do something today. Of course, it's unlisted, but I have been learning. I've been practicing it being a ventriloquist for at least almost 60. Well, about 55 years, I want to say. So
Yeah.
it's when I first started learning. Actually, I was younger, probably more like 58 years. Uh, It's been a long time, and I've just started really working at it this year. I started this summer starting to learn, and there's a course called Learn Ventriloquism, learnventriloquism.com. Tom Crowell, who's a professional ventriloquist, he teaches this course, and he's also the head of the International Ventriloquist Society. And it's a video course. And it's done in the old way of where they don't send you all the courses at once, so you can't just jump ahead. You got to at least get to the point of finishing one, and then the next day you'll get another. Well, unfortunately his site got hacked, and
Oh,
I mean, it was a major. All of his sites got hacked. They did him rotten, and he's a good guy, but
wow.
one of the things he has you do is after you finish the course, he has you do a graduation. Uh,
Oh,
video and then put it up on the forum that you have to be a member. You have to be part of the school that he teaches, and he has this forum. Well, I'd recorded it and sent him an email the only way I knew how, and so today I was actually able to record the graduation video and put it up on the website. So I did do something today. I edited it.
Wonderful.
It's just a little shtick.
About time.
Actually, I'm getting better, but I'm an amateur. I'm always going to be an amateur, just sort of like I am I'm always going to be a hobbyist drone flyer. So the Air 2 did come with filters. That's what I thought. And I mean, because they're going to have to do something, especially you look at that camera. Let me see if I can share that again. Let's see, share screen again. Okay, there we go. Share. Yeah, you look at that camera and oops. Let's see if I can get just the picture. Open. Oh, come on. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, you look at just that picture. That is, you can see my mouse here. That would be very hard to put on. Now, does this come with a gimbal cover, or does that right there? I don't know if you guys can see it in the image, but that almost looks like it's a slide up cover that covers that one camera. I wonder if it does. You know how on, well, like some of your cameras will have a slide cover on them,
Oh. No,
I
don't think it is.
Okay, maybe it's just me, but still, like you said, those sensors are on the corner. That's going to give you front
and sides.
Front and side right there. So are there any, it looks like right back here at the back, these are top sensors. Are these top sensors, do you think?
I think so.
Sweet. Maybe with this angled sensor like that, it'll make it better at seeing phone lines as you're flying along, or power lines. Who knows?
Well, we'll find out once Ken Heron gets a hold of one.
Yeah, because if anybody can, it will be Ken Heron. He's the master of. Can't wait! I'll have it on the release date, November 11th. All right, Jaybird, awesome. So yeah, I mean that's how old is the Mavic Pro 2 or the Mavic 2? It's
I think it's a couple years old, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's been
because
a couple.
I know the Air
years.
2 came out, and I've had it for a little over a year.
Has it been that long since that thing's been out?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep,
2018, Jaybird says. Thank you, Jaybird.
Okay, that's 3 years.
Yeah, that's 3 years. So that's why I was thinking it was about 3 years ago. Because because the Mavic 2 is the one that came out with the Pro and the Zoom models, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Okay. Yeah, because Mel had just gotten them and was on his way to spin up. So, yeah, that was 3 years ago, because I know he didn't go last year, and I'm not sure he went the year before either. So,
I think he was at 18, and I know
he was there
he was there in 19 when I was there.
Okay, so that's right, because when he went to spin up the first time, he had just retired from truck driving. That's right. And because he brought his trailer and all that stuff down there, that was in 2018. Because, he went down there. That's right, because he went down there with Bob Casey in 2019.
Yeah, they just pulled in the night before, and they were having some issues with the room. And,
they're trying to get that all done. So, I still got my Spark. Well, Judy does. I have it set up for Judy to. But yeah, so that's it's 3 years old. That's hard to believe, and
Johnny Drone Flyer is selling his spark.
oh, is he?
Yep.
Well, yeah. The problem with the Sparks now is that you're not going to be able to get the batteries for them.
Yeah.
And those things only got a limited. Although mine are going to die just from old age, not from overuse. I mean, it's just that I don't have too many charges on them because I don't fly them that much, and that's yeah. 1080p on the Spark still looks good. I mean,
Yeah.
I was impressed with that. The only reason I even got the Air, and I've got the Air 1, is because I was trying to be like that guy that does the backwards flying, back through the, and I was doing a backwards flight and I was doing it behind me. I forgot there was a tree back there and I flew my Spark into the tree, and I realized had I had the rear optical avoidance, I might have not done that. So I went out and got the Air, and and it is nice. I mean, it's nice. But I only record in 1080 anyways, so.
I believe the original Air, does have
4K.
4K. Yeah.
Yeah, it does have 4K. I just never, I've never used it. I just, well, at the time when I first got it, I was still doing everything on my laptop, and it did 4K, but it was straining, and so, and it takes forever to upload. But and I haven't even begun to try. I think this new cell phone has 5K on it, or something like that, and it's like I haven't even tried it. So, but and I've just played around with it a little bit. So, but I see Bill from Coast to Coast Drones is in here.
Bill.
Yeah,
Mr. Bill.
And hopefully Bill will be talking about that on his show on Air did have 4K, yes. Wednesday at 7:30 Central Time. So what is that, 5:30 Pacific Time, 6:30 your time?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's 6:30 my time.
Yeah, that's right, 6:30 your time. Kept thinking we were in the same time zone. We're not. I know. Hey, I'm a year older, folks. Give me a break. I
Yeah, the Prevagen hasn't kicked in yet.
That's right. I didn't take any today because it's my birthday, and I want to forget if I want. It's my birthday. I'll forget if I want to. That was terrible.
I think this
but anyways,
it snuck it in. It's in the cake.
Yeah, it's in the cake. Yeah.
They probably mash it up and put it in the batter, and they go, "This cake tastes funny," but I feel smarter.
Yeah. I don't think Prevagen has anything to do with smarts. It might help me remember better, but I don't think I'll ever get any smarter. I think that boat's done, that ship's done left the dock. But hey, like I said, what is the time here? Yeah, okay, I got a little bit more time.
Yes, you do.
Still got about, I was checking the time. I looked up and saw how long we'd been on, but I forgot about I say the first thing to go is memory and old age. You can't remember to say, that's pretty bad when your son's writing that, because he's 46. God, 46. Is he really 40? Oh, are you 46, Paco? You have to write that up. I can't remember. I think you're 46. Yeah. I have trouble remembering my own age, let alone somebody else's. I mean, yeah. So, that's Paco is the one that took the saying in the Bible that says, yes, he's 46. He took the saying that says, go forth and multiply. He took it literally. Yeah. He's just, he's done his best to keep the family name going. I'll say that much.
Okay.
Yeah. He's keeping,
he doesn't know about the back door.
Oh God, you had to go there, didn't you? Okay. But no, and by the way, Paco, you need to send me some pictures, Judy, because Judy is probably listening to this and she's going to tell me to tell you. Send some pictures of those kids, okay?
There you go.
They had to come out with a new. Gave it all my best shots. Okay. Gary says that he thinks they. Mr. JRC's welcome. They had to switch to had to come out with a new smart controller to switch between the two cameras. There is something to that because
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It makes sense. Either that or they're going to have to come up with quite a software upgrade for it to work in the.
But
That would be because they could do it in the software. Because you just have to switch the cameras,
right.
but yeah. So is that bottom camera? Is that bottom camera going to be the zoom and the small one be or the bottom camera be the wide angle and the small one be the zoom? Or I wonder. Curious.
Yeah.
Hello, Joe. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Just
Joe Blaylock.
Just as we're getting ready to wind down, so got about a couple more minutes, about 4 or 5 more minutes here, and then we're gonna
love your
wind
sister
it down.
Jolene. She was great on Enterprise.
Yeah. And I started watching that show, Enterprise. Is that the what's the new Star Trek series that came out? Was that it?
Oh, that's Discovery, and
Discovery.
Picard will be out
Picard.
next year.
Picard's already
season.
out. Oh, the second season, yeah. Yeah, I watched it, but I was like, it was
The first season wasn't that good, but the second season I liked a lot better. Now
okay.
they're in the future. Did you see that one?
No, I haven't, but I saw that they're going there. So
because
I watched it for a little
Discovery was built just before the Enterprise, the original Enterprise, not the one from Enterprise, but Captain
the
Kirk.
Enterprise. Yeah, Captain
So
Kirk's
you get
first
to
Enterprise.
see Captain
1701.
Pike.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
1701. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a 1701, then there was a 1701A, which was in the movie, right?
Right.
Then there was a 1701B, which is where Kirk dies.
Yep.
Then the 1701C made an appearance in Next Generation in a time warpy, one of them timey-wimey things.
The Battle of Nindera or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then the D was Picard's
Enterprise.
That was
Next Generation.
Right, that was Next Generation, and it ended up crashing at the. It was
it done blew up.
Yeah, the movie Generations is when it blew up, and then
the E.
Yep. Yeah. So makes you wonder what version they're on now when they get into the future.
That was the one that was in First Contact.
Oh, okay. Yeah, First Contact was the E. That's right. Yeah. There's First Contact, and there was Insurrection, and then Nemesis. And I just watched First Contact. Well, actually, I watched Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and and I don't like the way they did. And there was some question about that too. I don't like the way they did Data, killing him off and leaving the dummy to take his place, But how does it, is that the Data that shows back up on the Picard series?
Yeah, if you watch Picard, you'll find out that Data does die.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah, if you watch
the dummy Data, the dummy Data or the original Data?
God, now you got me all. I didn't know there was more than one. I think.
He found in Nemesis, he found a data, and he found his brother and he put him back together. He uploaded all of his memories and everything and stored it in there. Then Data, the one we know, ended up
Getting killed.
dying. Yeah, he gave his life to destroy
Right.
uh
Okay,
the
now I remember. Yeah.
yeah, because they were
What? Oh,
fighting
there you
the
go.
Remans, not the Romulans, but the Remans.
Yeah.
You kind of, it's that time of night again.
There.
The dummy Data has been disassembled in Picard. Okay, all right. So, yeah, and that's the only way I can keep them apart, because he didn't have all the neuro, whatever they call that networking thing that the original Data did, but he does have all of his memories, everything up to that point. But he's still very childlike. He's even more. He's even, you go back and watch the first episodes with Data in it. This guy is a lot more childlike. He's like a
Right.
about a 6-year-old kid, So,
Okay.
but anyways, but you could sneak up on Bigfoot with your
Oh, we
Mobula
got
6.
Dalton, Drone, and Discovery Zone. Welcome,
Oh,
welcome.
okay. Wait, yeah, good. The dummy Data has
Yes.
been disassembled in Picard. Okay, all right. So I know that they show one where he's old. I haven't watched Picard yet. It's just ever since what they did with the Next Generation and then Deep Space Nine, I just I really lost a lot of respect for the guys that Mark Brennan or Berman or whatever his name was. I lost a
Mark
lot of
Berman,
respect.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think the way he did, and I've gone back and looked at read some of the stuff, and there was a movie that they did about how Gene Roddenberry was at that time and why he ended up taking over, because Gene Roddenberry was suffering from dementia towards the end of his life, and he wanted to be part of it, and he actually had his lawyer kind of took over for him and came in and became one of the writers and got put on as one of the producers, and they had to squeeze him out, and unfortunately they ended up having to fire Gene Roddenberry because he was going into the actors and telling them these are your new lines, and sometimes Rick Berman, yes, thank you, Dalton Drones,
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was, why the hell did it do that? It said show or hide. Why would it, what's the name Rick Berman got to do with, it's
Well,
not
he
like
was
bad
one of the
language.
writers in.
Well, I know, but I had to approve that comment. That was stupid of that to have to. It was in the chat. It required a moderator to approve the name Rick Berman. Apparently, they don't like that on YouTube. Maybe to the Trekkies, yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, I need to take that out. Unfortunately, they had to. They had to fire Gene Roddenberry, and they ended up firing his lawyer too, because I mean it was because he was suffering from dementia,
Right.
So, but of course, this is written after the fact, and who knows what the real truth was, what happened. Maybe Rick Berman was the one that was the real problem, and Gene Roddenberry was just trying to keep his original dream alive.
Right. Well, and that's what happened with James Doohan. He suffered from dementia, and so does Nichelle Nichols. She's having dementia
problems now. Oh, that's sad. I'm very fortunate. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know, about 5 years ago, I went on to Nichelle Nichols' site, and she was one of the smart ones. She sold her own photos and autographs online instead of doing it through eBay or Amazon or
Right.
anything. She had, and so I got them, and she personalized one to Judy and one to me, and then gave us a third one. Just so we've got 3 autographed,
Oh,
personalized.
cool. Wonderful.
I mean, actually, I've got everybody, including James Duhannon's. I think the only one I don't have is Dr. McCoy.
Uh,
And at the time, his was too precious because and
yeah.
I managed to get James Duhannon's before he died, so it was still relatively. And of course, a lot of them I picked up going to Star Trek conventions. Yes, I went to
Right.
Star Trek conventions. No, I did not I didn't dress as a Klingon or dress. I went looking like this. I just an everyday guy. And uh, but yeah. Anyways, it was the bot that did it,
Oh, did
probably.
you hear
So,
another Star Trek original? Another actor died.
ooh,
The guy that played Leslie. He was the guy in the red shirt that you always saw in the background. He just
right.
recently passed away about a week or
Yeah,
so ago.
yeah. Who was it? There was somebody else I saw that just passed away from one of those. Oh, from Emergency. Remember that show?
Oh yeah,
The
uh,
the the guy that was always
Randolph
pulling the
Mantu.
pranks. No. Yeah, Randolph
Oh
Mantuk
yeah,
was
the
in it,
other
but
guy.
it
Yeah,
was the guy with the guy that had the porn
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had the porn stash and was always pulling practical jokes. Yeah, he just died the other day. So,
yeah, that's right.
you know.
Oh, there's
There's my
Greg.
daughter-in-law. No,
Oh,
that's my
you got.
daughter-in-law. Yeah,
Okay.
uh let me call her back. Hey, hello. Hello. Okay. For some reason. Huh. All right. I think that was an accidental dial. So, anyways, she'll probably call me back. So I don't know what was going on.
There you go.
There we go. Hello. Hey. Well, thank you. Thank you. Hang on a second. Let me get my phone here. You there? Okay. All right. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I was. Hey, Art, take over the show for a few minutes.
Okay, we'll take over. Put me on full screen. There we go. Hey, we're back to me. So what's going on? Just took the day off from work today. Had a heck of a sinus infection this morning. I'm feeling a lot better right now. And now it's only when I move, I get up to go to the bathroom, then my nose starts running like a faucet. But boy, this morning I thought my eyeballs were going to pop out because, oh, thank you, Paco. This is my Back in Black shirt. And so I got up this morning, get ready to go to work, made my sandwich, ate breakfast. And I was just feeling so crappy. I decided to text my boss and then call HR and tell them that I wasn't coming in. And then, well, we use a software, an app on our phone to set up our vacation times and what else? Oh, it also, if you have jury duty, you could set it up through that, and it has sick time. So what I did is I went into the app and I said, okay, request time off. Then I went and picked which one I wanted. I wanted sick time because I had 24 hours left. So now I have 2 days left. And so I decided to take that and I'll get paid. Hello, Jim. Help at home, Jim. Good to see you. And Drone Life RC. Good to see you. And so today I had a video that was all ready to upload. I finished it last night, but was getting a little late, so I decided to do it today. So what I did this morning after my first nap, I took that video, uploaded, and it will premiere tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 Pacific, 4:30 Mountain, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern Time. So if you are already subscribed to my channel, Artco Drone Solutions, you probably got a notification that I have a premiere coming up. And it's a video of my maiden flight of the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. Well, hello, Steve. Good to see you. Oh, you're down there.
Hello, Art. Good to see you. Happy birthday, Lloyd. I know you're on the phone. Hello, everybody. I just got home. I wanted to hop in real quick to wish our dear friend Lloyd Mendenhall happy birthday. So how are you doing, Art?
I'm doing much better than I was this morning. I just had this heck of a sinus issue going where I was plugged up. I could not breathe out of my nose.
It sounds like it's still. Hello, Chris. Yeah, Steve Mack, Bob Casey, Jim, everybody. I want to say hello to everybody real quickly. Yeah, it's no fun. My wife, it's the same thing. She gets it in these big pressure headaches.
Yeah, that's what I had around the eyes, and oh, God, boy.
Feels like Muhammad Ali came in with one punch and went, boom.
Yep, that's how. So the last break, I was showing off my little tiny hoop that I got in the mail today.
I saw it.
Yep.
Saw that.
Probably
I've been listening
go find
from work.
It later.
Cool. Yeah, I've been finishing up trying to get things in and go to get this paint to finish off the one unit to get a tenant into it. And guess what? Exact same code, exact same paint, exact same everything. Man, I'm talking shades of difference of night and day of when you got 5 gallons of paint and you get several $100s in paint now, and it's like, okay, got to paint the whole back room.
Well, my parents were house painters. They did exterior and interior.
Oh, okay.
So I was their answering machine.
There you go. A family affair.
Yeah, the phone would ring because they're still at work, and I go, "Hello, Carlson Painting. How may I help you? And could you give me your phone number so I can have them call you when they get back?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's cool. You're right, Bob. It's
okay, let me get my earpiece back in here so I can talk to everybody.
And that was before answering machine.
Yep, I remember those.
I feel like I just got off the phone and you talking about answering machines. I'm sitting there wondering, what did I just walk into? So,
Steve was talking about painting one of his units, and not that kind of unit, but I was telling him about how my parents were house painters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just getting ready to turn them over. We've got two, getting ready to occupy, put 2 people in after all this work, and finally get some tenants in this building. after being vacant for almost 2 years.
Ooh. Ouch.
Now, are these business complexes, or are they okay? They're businesses.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Now, is this where the bar was and all that other stuff? Okay, yeah, yeah.
In
You've had
fact-
to put a lot of
in
work
fact,
into it.
I know. In fact, the bar, we're going for the final deep cleaning tomorrow. They're going to come through to clean the grout on all the existing tile. We were able to find a tile to match from 30 years ago. Our tile guy found it matches, I mean, perfectly.
Oh,
And it's
wonderful.
quarry tile, which is something that, it fluctuates
Right.
a lot. And
Yeah,
the guy,
yeah.
he went searching and he goes, no, go over here. No, go over here. So he ended up finding the floor flat tile from one company and the cove tile from another company, but it worked.
Great.
Yeah, let me
So,
answer
yeah,
this real
in
quick.
fact, a guy comes up and he's looking, we'll see what happens. He came in with a option that we would be very happy to get in there as far as an eating establishment.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Right.
Good.
Yeah. Well, what I got to ask you though is it going to be good food, and do you get a discount when you go there?
I don't take discounts from any place I go like that. When I'm the operations person who's running it, I
you
don't
obviously
ask for
need
different-
me to do the negotiating, because I'd negotiate food first and price next. You know. I would require that they cook up several samples of their cuisine, and then I could check it out and decide, do I really want somebody that makes a crappy meal in one of my buildings, and how much am I going to get off of my next dinner? I mean, that's just good.
If I didn't have anything to do with it, I would be right there with you. But having something to do with the business,
Yeah, well,
no.
I would think that would be a plus, having anyways. Oh, thank you. One visionary, Gable.
Yeah,
Dustin Gable. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
It's been a quiet day. Well, my kids are calling now. They just like, normally I wouldn't have done a show. I decided today just to do a show. So that was my daughter-in-law. She was saying, I think I mentioned before that they gave her the booster and that she got really sick with it. She was just telling me, and I thought, when I thought it was like the next day she got sick. She said, no, she passed out 15 minutes after they gave her the shot.
Wow.
They've had 4 nurses that got the boosters, and all 4 of them, they quit giving them out after the 4 of them all got sick, got deathly sick. Yeah, they said the booster is, and of course she had the Pfizer, which is the one they're not recommending get the booster on yet. Now her mother got the booster, but she had Moderna. So I'm not getting the booster until such time they come out and say, yeah. I just, when my doctor says, listen, you really need the booster, but I'm taking precautions. I'm not, I'm putting a mask on, even if it is just a cloth mask. I look at it this way. None of those, and I asked my doctor about it, none of those masks really do any good. I mean, if they can't stop the smell of a fart, how in the hell are they supposed to stop a germ?
Now, Lloyd, I do get a booster when I eat at a restaurant.
Oh, that's a different booster. I can see you needing the booster for that. I understand that. Do you really, Art? You don't, do you?
Sometimes I get crayons and something to draw on.
that's what I take my grandkids for. I get them
exactly.
so I can get them.
Yeah, Trevor, I'm getting close to that. Yeah, I'm getting close to about 150.
Now he's still younger than me.
There.
You're still
I'm not
10
getting
years
any
younger
of them,
than
none
me.
of 15 years in the military. I know oppressions when I see it. I use my mask everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I was in the, my health and my wife's health. I did it more because of having to, I'm the one who goes out. I'm her caretaker. I'm the one who could bring it back in. So I got the shot, but I'm pro-choice. That's what ticks me off. And here I'm just going to start a rant, but the left, they're all, they're all pro-choice when it comes to babies, but they're not pro-choice when it comes to shots. What's with that? My body, my choice. Whatever happened to that?
Right.
I haven't seen that statement being protested around lately.
No.
But anyways, so hello, Matt, Northeast Drone
Yeah,
Productions.
good day, mate.
Hey, Matt.
And
Watch out for
there's,
them
there's a
droppers.
there's a place that's protesting up. They're stopping the freeways. Did you see them
I
over the
saw that.
weekend? Every single day they've been over there. They've shut the whole freeway down.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually stayed off the news this weekend, other than talk a little bit. Well, we talked about some of it that I saw. We talked about on your show yesterday, Art. But yeah, I tried to give you mist particles too. Talk about Ariel. Taco Bell will give you mist particles too. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, you think about it. That's a T-shirt, Lloyd. There you go. Maybe I should make a T-shirt. If you can smell a fart, you can get COVID. The masks don't help. Yeah, that would be a good. What is going on with my phone right there?
Oh, I still get kicked out of watching people walking by themselves outdoors wearing a mask.
Or in their car. They're by themselves in the car.
My mask, when I'm going to several places, my mask, I drop it down as soon as I get outside, and I'll keep it because I don't have one that goes over. Well, they're supposed to go over the ear, but I have one of those stretch things because it hurts my ears, and I don't want to. I had an uncle whose ears stuck out all the time. I don't want to look like him. I like my ears laid back the way they're supposed to. So I'm not wearing them. So I have one of those adjustable neck things that goes behind my neck, and it's a lot more comfortable. So I'll keep it down here around my throat when I'm driving from store to store. If it's just like across the street to the other store, like from our grocery store over to Walgreens, it's just out onto the main street and back into the next parking lot, And but yeah, I'm all about taking safety, and who was Gary? You put that up there that the mask protects others. I got a question. And I haven't had anybody answer this to my satisfaction. And I'm not picking on what you said, but I heard this argument before. How is it that it protects the others, but it doesn't protect you? I mean, if I put a mask on, if I put a mask on, and it's supposed to protect others from my, spraying, okay, that means it stops it from going out. But is it just a one-way mask?
One thing to remember, there's an N95 is the only one that'll do it, right? We agree with that one. Number two, an N95 after 4 hours is to be replaced because of the moisture picks up. The mask gets wet, and that moisture, the droplets are attracted to the moisture in the mask. Right.
And it'll seep through. Yeah.
Now,
you're right. You can still get particles in your eyes, so you would be required to wear a face and an eye shield too. That's why when I go to my doctor, he's got on a mask, he's got on the eye shield, he's got on the gloves, the suit, the whole 9 yards. But we're able to go without mask where I worked for a short while. Then the Delta variant hit, and now we're a mask. I mean, I don't think, like I said, and it's always been my argument. And my doctor, he said the same thing. He says the N95 mask is only good for like you said, 4 hours. It's the only one. And there are N95 masks out there. There are also masks. They say, well, if you get the one with the valve, well, that's not good. Well, they actually have one with a valve that has a charcoal filter in it. So I would never wear an N95 longer than 20 minutes before changing. Yeah. There's nothing, really and again, as you say, it's neither. I just say if the mask is protecting stuff from getting in or from getting out, then it should, in the reverse order, protect stuff from getting in. So if Mr. Snotnose across the street starts sneezing and all that's flying, that should stop it from getting in me. Just the same as, I can get it in my eyes, but it's still going to, if it can get in, it can get out. I just see the mask as a...
Here's a question for you, Lloyd. How many people are wearing an N95 mask? And how many people are wearing a plain mask, your kind, which are 95% are made in China, and how many are wearing a cloth mask?
Yeah. And I admit, I wear a Grumpy Vlogger mask. It's a cloth mask. You can put a charcoal filter in it. You can put a slit in it and slide it in there. It's just that simple.
Well,
and
except Lloyd uses a briquette.
Yeah.
Now he's going to put menthol in there, so he thinks he's breathing a menthol cigarette. There you go.
That's it. Yep. They are facial accessories. You're right, Joe. That's about what they've turned into.
It's facial, not fecal.
Your Halloween mask does the same job. It's I know that talking to my daughter-in-law now, she says everybody that they lost 4 or 5 people today from COVID, and they lost one that was 40 and one that was 50, and she said they had 5 codes, but they lost one that was 40 and one that was 50. And of course, I'm not saying where she works or anything like that, but all of these were unvaccinated. They've had one person come in with the variant, and they actually only tested positive for it. They didn't even come in there because they had COVID. They came in there with pancreatitis, but they did a swab. They tested positive. They took care of the pancreatitis and sent them home. They didn't even stay for the COVID because they didn't have any symptoms. It's just they tested positive for it. That was one of the Delta variant breakthroughs.
Mm-hmm.
Some need to wear a paper. You're right. There are some people,
just like the unknown coming.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look what they've done with those. What were they? The Masked Singers or whatever that thing was. That they wear all those Have you seen that one? They take a bunch of old has-been actors and they put them in these really silly-looking costumes, and and they sing. Mm-hmm. I will admit, there's a few of them that they weren't musicians, but they did a pretty good job. But then they were using a fancy microphone with auto-tune, obviously.
That's the one on Fox.
On Fox. Yeah.
I agree with you, Steve. Some need a plastic bag.
Yeah. There was
what it all comes down to? I look at it as it's called common sense, which this world has seemed to have lost. And that's the sad thing about it. I'm going back to when I was in the Air Force as a medical aerovac. Even back then, they told us the masks. It reduces the amount of oxygen you take in anywhere from 5 to 33%. At the same time, it's retaining the dioxide in your system by the same amount. And you got these poor kids now that are within this mask, and they wonder why the kids are falling asleep. Well, they're not getting enough O2 in them because of being covered. And that's the part that gets me. And the chances of a child coming down with it, what is it? It's it's less than 1/100th of 1% of a child coming down from it.
Yeah.
And they're not carriers.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, and here in the county that I live in, the health department has mandated all school children K through 12 wear a mask.
Here? But you know, when you have a governor, he just goes to French Laundry, consumes $15,000 in wine, has a birthday party with friends, not family, and they're not wearing masks, but everybody else outside has to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at the awards. The awards. Not one of those actors or actresses wore a mask, but all the people catering to them were.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in our state, our governor actually put out a mandate that said that schools could not force kids to wear a mask. Well, some schools are doing it anyway. Some have sued the governor. So we got that. That's in the court right now. Can they mandate? Or can't, you know, so it's going to go to court. It's gone to court.
Yeah.
You know, if your kids got to wear a mask in school, why not just homeschool them?
Yeah.
You know? If you're that worried about it, just homeschool them. I think that's what I think
that's what's going to happen down the road.
It's happening a lot here. A lot of parents have gone out and doing homeschooling now. And it's not because of that. It's because of all the other teaching stuff, not just because of the
mask. CRT.
Joe Blaylock says people are getting religious exemptions. Yeah, that's what you're going to see. Suddenly, I wonder if all the atheists in Hollywood are suddenly going to find religion now so they don't have to wear a mask.
There you go.
Well, you know what you do? Is you just sit there and say, well, I'm not vaccinated. I'm identifying today as a vaccinated person.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's our problem. We're too busy trying to figure out, what's the problem here? We can't figure out anything common or using our brains because most of these people are still trying to figure out what the hell they are.
Yeah.
They're confused. Anyway, I wasn't going to go on this rant, but it was, anyways. Yeah.
Well, Lloyd, I want to wish you, I've got to go, but I wanted to hop on to say, my dear friend, happy birthday. And wish you
so much.
And wish you
I gotta show that.
Tons more. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that, big brother. I really do. I've had a really good day. I went over a little longer than I expected, but I wanted to spend a little time visiting with you.
Thank you.
Before, and then I had the phone call, so I probably need to get off here before I get another one. So, anyways, I appreciate you coming on, Steve, and I appreciate all the well wishes that have come from everybody. It was nice, and it's just it's like I told my uncle today. I can't believe I'm this age. I still feel 25 in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I still get excited about toys on my birthday, whether that be, my toys have got a hell of a lot more expensive, but, so I got to save my pennies for those toys, but, I still get excited about them. That's the thing, I still get that, well, I don't normally tell my age, but today I'm going to tell it, I'm 65 today, so I'm officially old enough to get Medicare. I've been on Medicare because I've been retired for a long time, but I'm 65. I know I look 75, but I am just 65. But
it matches his IQ too.
It does. I deserve that. Hey, wow. I deserve it. Yeah. No, I deserve that. There's days my IQ is about. Don't we all feel 25 today? Yeah, I mean, it's. I told my uncle. He says it's. I said, I may feel 95. Yeah, old as I feel. Yeah, there's days I feel a lot older than 65. I guarantee you. But and just so you guys know, that is this is the first time I've admitted openly on my channel that my age. So that's because this one's kind of a
milestone.
Yeah, so it was kind of a milestone, But hey, I still got kids that I may not have some of y'all beat in age, but I guarantee you I got you beat in I got one son that's been watching this show. I got more grandkids out of him than I did out of all the rest of my others, It's just like, good God. But I counted up, I think I counted up, Judy and I, we've got like 27 2 grandkids. We've got, I
Holy
know,
Malco.
and I know we've got, I think 11 great grandkids. Last count. Yeah, yeah. So I've, I've got, I got a lot. So yeah, but a good portion of those 20 go to Paco or Paulo's Grace, as he is in the chat. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd put about half of those right there. He's about half of them are his. So he's a glutton for
Like I
punishment,
say, when
guess.
it's your birthday or any other day, you're just another day older. That's all you
That's
are.
it. I don't feel any different. I did yesterday. But anyways, guys, I think what I'm going to do is start shutting this down. Steve, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Art. Good to see you, and everybody in
Good to
chat.
see you, Steve.
Take care and stay well.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, you take care. And I think with that, I think I'm going to start the timer here. Art, any final words before I start the timer?
Yeah, just have a good time and eat a lot of cake or pie on your birthday.
I'm going to. I think that's what I'm going to do when I get off here. So I appreciate you, as always, being my co-host. I appreciate you being here. I always have a blast with you. And I know that if something comes up, I can always depend on you to tell a good raunchy joke or something, to keep it going. So I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay of this show to see what your jokes were while I was on the phone. So thank you, Eat More Possum. Another Okie there in the chat. And thanks everybody for all the kind wishes. I think with that, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start the timer, but I probably won't even let it play out. I'm just going to end the show early. And you guys take care. And hey, I'll catch y'all later. Catch you on the flip side, guys. Let me see. Where's that button there? And there it is. Whoops. Let me put myself on full screen real quick. And remember what I'm going to do this now, so I won't forget. Remember what I say, be kind, treat each other better than you would treat yourselves. Remember, everybody matters, even old farts like me. God bless the USA. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me